over the term Christ or Christo or Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do we say?
Like anointed one. It's like the anointed one or the...
Right. So the term itself is Latin Greek, right? And they took Al-Masih and translated it into Christ. Can you translate someone's name?
Yeah.
You can?
Well, it depends,
So
it depends on the etymology, like if I'm familiar
What's
with
your last name?
Cass.
Huh?
Cass.
Cass?
Yeah.
Like K-A-A-S?
No, C-A-S-S.
Oh, C-A-S-S.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I always go back to this example. I said, let's say someone's last name is Mr. Black or Mr. White, right? And I take them with me to Morocco, right? Now his last name is White. I don't know where he got it from his great-great-great-great-grandfather. It's always been White or Mr. Black. I take him to Morocco where we speak a dialect, which most of it derives from Arabic. And when I want to present him to my family, I say, I present to you Mr. Aswad or Mr. Abyad. You think he'd be happy with me? For me to do that to him? I would not be happy. They're like, dude, my last name is White. You don't translate that to no language because that is disrespectful. That's offensive. Like, how do you, like, if I translate your last name to something, like, come up with something, like, right?
Right, yeah.
And so they translated his name into something else. So where is Al-Masih? Allah called him Al-Masih. His mother called him Isa Al-Masih. The angels told her his name is going to be Al-Masih Isa ibn Maryam. قالوا اسمه المسيح عيسى ibn Maryam. So who gave anyone the authority to translate this guy's name, I'm talking about Isa, not Dajjal, right, into something totally different, which turned into Latin, Greek, and then English. It became Christ somehow, from Christo, right? And then when do you even draw the line? It keeps going and going. And that's, see, once you change things, then you lose everything, right? And this one teacher a long time ago, he said one expression, one phrase that we use, which he says it is one of the most dangerous things that we say. And that is the phrase or the expression, what's the big deal? When you say that, it all depends on how you use it, right? It's like you do something, you say, what's the big deal? And then if somebody else do it, you don't have the right to even tell them not to do it because you started it, right? So they're going to say to you, well, I can do it. What's the big deal, right? And then before you know it, everything changes. Like Isa is going to come and somebody's going to tell him, your name is Christ. He's going to say, I'm not familiar with that. I don't even know what that name is or where it came from. My name is Al-Masih. Isa, the son of Maryam. That's the only one I'm familiar with. I don't know where you brought the Christ. And hence, Christian and Christianity. You understand? Like how everything got twisted. Whereas his, Al-Masih Ad-Dajjal. Now, a long time ago, we even discussed what the meaning of this is, right? And so many, they said it's either from Saha Yasihu, like someone who is like hopping from one place to another. He doesn't have like a set destination where he resides and settles. He's always moving around. That's Saha. So there is in Arabic, we say to the tourist, as-sa'ihu. Why? Because, right? Self-explanatory. They move around, they travel around. So, sa'ihun. Another meaning they gave it, it's because it also holds the expression masaha, which is like you pass your hand over something, you rub over something, right? So that's masaha. And they say that he used to do that to heal people and whatnot. Allahu Ta'ala alam, but his name is Al-Masih. Ad-Dajjal is Al-Masih, he's being given Al-Masih, But he is ad-Dajjal, the fake one, the deceiving one, the lying one, right? All of that. Any other expression or adjective to add to somebody who lies and deceives?
An imposter?
Hmm?
An
Imposter, right? Fake. So fabricator, right? Stuff like that. So that's what ad-Dajjal is. So ad-Dajjal, the Prophet ﷺ, he says one of the signs that his arrival is imminent is the fact that the people barely talk about him. Barely. Right? To the point that he said, even the Muslims don't even mention him on the pulpits, like ala al-manabir. That's it. Nobody talks about it. He says that is one of the signs that his coming or his arrival is imminent. Right? It's pretty close. That's one. Right? So two, the Prophet ﷺ, in this one long hadith, remember we said that one of the things that the Prophet ﷺ started the hadith with is him saying to the Sahaba, he says, listen, there is no prophet except that he warned his people about Al-Masih ad-Dajjal. What would you deduce from that?
It's a big deal.
A big deal, and the matter is really serious. So there are two things that based on what the Prophet said now, we understand that there are two main things. Because he says, Mami Nabi. He says, there is no Nabi except that he had to do that. He had to. Starting all the way from Nuh. Right? Every Nabi, he said. So that means that every prophet had two main things, major things they have to convey. One, La ilaha illallah. Two, watch out. You understand? That's how serious it is. Right? Then he said, and I am going to also do the same. Meaning the Prophet is saying, I'm no exception. If they had to all do it, well, most definitely I have to do it. And especially that there is no prophet after me. That's it. That's why he said to them, and I see that he is going to come out in this ummah, meaning there is no other prophet. That's it. Right? So he's going to come now in this. Whoever is going to live for a long time, وَالْعِيَذُ بِاللَّهِ, they will be with the Dajjal. Then he said, there is no fitna at all bigger than the fitna of Al-Masih ad-Dajjal. None. And you know what a fitna is, right?
Does it mean like causing like lack of belief or something? Or no, it's a test. It's a test.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, al-fitna. Al-fitna is mentioned in the Quran in different forms, like as a noun, al-fitnatu, right? Because it says, وَالْفِتْنَةُ أَشَدُّ أَوْ أَكْبَرُ مِنَ الْقَتْلِ, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says sometimes, like al-fitna is greater than murder sometimes, right? They actually put someone through a fitna. They say, might as well just kill me, just finish me, right? I can't take it anymore. So you do fitna to someone, and that is like torturing them, right? So al-fitna is, as a matter of fact, part of life as is, and how everybody's or everyone's destination has been written. There is a test. So from the minute you open your eyes to the minute you sleep, fitna, all around, right? And I believe, again, a long time ago, I don't know if we did it here or the other masjid, there is a verse in Surah Al-Ankabut. As a matter of fact, it's the very beginning of Surah Al-Ankabut.
I think we did it over there.
So if you go to Surah Al-Ankabut and you go to the beginning of it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Al-Ankabut
Is that the spider?
is the spider.
What's the number? The number?
That I always don't know. I know it's after
29.
29, that is true. So you wanna read, let's see, you wanna read until like up to 6.
1 through 6.
Yes.
Alif, Lam, Mim. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying we believe and that they will not be tested? We tested those before them, and Allah will certainly know that those who are true from those who are false. Do those who practice evil think that they will get the better of us? Evil is their judgment.
There's more learning. Or she can come.
For those whose hopes are in the meeting with Allah and the hereafter, let them strive. For the term appointed by Allah is surely coming, and He hears and knows all things. And if any strive with might and main, they do so for their own souls. For Allah is free of all needs from all creation.
Anybody else want to read? Okay.